The FBI has been warning us for some time that here in the United States, we could see a lone wolf attack. Well, those previous warnings are now turning into a new reality. There are more and more protests. There are more and more people that are highly frustrated, and there's a lot of unrest here in the United States. Not only that, I want to show you what has been going on over the past 24 hours, how we've seen certain protests at major bridges and airports that are causing a lot of people some heartbreak. But at the same time, the Border Patrol is now telling us that they've apprehended more than 75 people that were on the terrorist watch list. So, a lot of stuff is happening right now. I want to break all this down in just a moment, but all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. So let's talk about everything that has been going on. And first, let's address the warning.
Well, back here at home, there are also concerns of lone wolf attacks like that following the Israel-Hamas war. The FBI is urging law enforcement and the public to be on the lookout because these people may be inspired and target American Jewish communities.
So that's the first one. The FBI is telling us to be on the lookout because a lone wolf attack could be coming. Keep in mind, one of the main groups that the United States is concerned with, and it's because right now we have tensions with Iran because Iran is targeting Israel. But one of these Iranian proxies is Hezbollah. And we already know Hezbollah has sleeper cells here within the United States. Some believe there is a sleeper cell somewhere in New York City, one of the largest cities in the United States, that has millions of people. But look at this. This was just from yesterday. This right here, in my opinion, is somewhat scary. Look at this.
This is unbelievable. Anti-Israeli protesters find the Hezbollah flag in front of the New York Stock Exchange. Yes, the terroristic flag located in Lebanon. They're chanting also "Death to America" in a few languages while marching through the streets of various cities in America.
So they found a Hezbollah flag on Wall Street. And now that lady is waving it around as they're walking down the street in New York City. That was just one of the protests that happened yesterday. You want to see another one? This right here is the Brooklyn Bridge. Look at this.
Again, take a look. You can see right there these flare guns or these flares being ignited, and then it seems to be tossed off the side of that Brooklyn Bridge. All of this unfolding in a matter of seconds. But again, you can see that large number of people just running.
So that was on the Brooklyn Bridge. The bridge had to be shut down because police officers had to get and arrest all the people that were protesting. And you think that was the worst one? No. Here's one. This is the Golden Gate Bridge in California. Look at this.
This is just one of the sites. This is at the Golden Gate Bridge where NBC Bay Area Sky Ranger overhead. It has been at a standstill for hours. First, the southbound directions of the Golden Gate Bridge shut down by pro-Palestinian supporters that blocked the bridge there at the center of your screen, and we have seen little to no movement at all.
So that is just, again, one of the protests. We've seen protests in New York City. They were protesting on the Brooklyn Bridge, shut that thing down. They're protesting at the Golden Gate Bridge, okay, and the Golden Gate, I think the bridge toll area. They were protesting there, but there's also a protest that was being held at Chicago's O'Hare Airport, where we actually had to see travelers leave their cars or their Ubers and get out and walk. Just look at this.
Now, around 9:30 this morning, traffic was stalled on the Kennedy Expressway near Bessie Coleman Drive and the airport. Pro-Palestinian supporters sat in the middle of the expressway, halting traffic. Dozens of travelers were seen walking to O'Hare on the expressway shoulder in order to make their flight on time.
Now, that is just the beginning, okay? One of the reason why all these they're pro-Palestinian supporters, okay, or protesters. one of the things that they're wanting to do is they want to stop the United States from giving money to Israel for Israel to continue genocide, to continue to pretty much mow down civilians in Gaza. But here's where things get very interesting. At this time, there's already been a bill that's passed through the Senate. It needs to go to the House of Representatives and pass there. Well, according to Speaker Mike Johnson, he said on Sunday that he anticipates the House of Representatives will vote on this bill that is going to give Israel billions and billions of dollars. These protesters, or many of these are very civilized supporters, but many of these people, they're not going to stand by and just let the United States go and give Israel billions of dollars of their money, their taxpayer dollars. And this is why it's turning into a concern. And this is why some are saying that this lone wolf attack could happen any day now. We could see this any point. Now, keep in mind, okay, this is likely going to happen in an area where there are more Palestinians. This is Chicago, this is New York, this is some places in California, but it's mostly over on the East Coast. But keep in mind, this is happening all over the place. We've seen some protests here in the Seattle area, seen it down in Portland, seen it down in Los Angeles and in San Francisco. We've seen it obviously in New York and Chicago, right? It's happening all over the place, even in Boston. Now, if that wasn't bad enough, here's where things get very alarming. Based off of reports from the Border Patrol, they are saying that they've apprehended 76 people from the known terror watch list. Just listen to this, because again, this is troubling. This is exactly what we're seeing.
Meanwhile, the terror threat at the southern border continues to grow. According to CBP, 76 people on the FBI terror watch list have been apprehended at our border since October 1st.
That is since October 1st. 76 people. That does not account for the amount of people that are part of the gotaways, which some are speculating that there's been over 1 million gotaways. Okay? We know there's hundreds of thousands of people that have been let into the United States. Okay? Many. Just look at this number as well. It says there's 404,000 people, the migrants that have been flown into the U.S. since January 2023 because of President Biden's parole program. Now, here's what I can tell you. The FBI is concerned about a lone wolf attack. The border issue does not make this any easier. It makes this more difficult. But I want to warn you on this, because these are now these support groups now creating something that's a little bit bigger. And they're now starting to protest on major bridges and at a major airport. Things can go from bad to worse in a hurry, and all it takes is one person. We've heard from the FBI, we've heard from Homeland Security, and they both say that the threats here in the United States has never been so elevated, all because of everything that is going on. All the tensions that are high at this time, we've never seen it before in the history of the United States. So, I don't know what happens moving forward. All I can tell you is just be prepared and keep your eyes open, because you never know when a lone wolf attack could happen. So, that is what we know at this time. Again, as soon as I know more, I promise I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. But as of today, that is what we know. So again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.